My friends, I have yet again managed to collect them all. Pop quiz, are we talking about Pokemon or Glow Recipe products? Don't you wish every quiz in school was that easy? Yes, today's video is of course a review of the two newest Glow Recipe products. A while ago I did a full review on all of the products in Glow Recipe's line, except for these two, which have come since. We are going to be talking about both the Guava Vitamin C Dark Spot Serum as well as the Watermelon Glow Hyaluronic Clay Pore Tight Facial. What a name. And I did want to make sure that my review covers a long enough period of time, so it's been, I think, about a month since I bought the latest serum. You know what I love about living in the time of email? I never have to look for receipts. I just type into my email, Sephora Glow Recipe, and there it is. So your order has arrived on September 18th, so about a month. So let's actually start out today's video with the review of the product I've had by far the most questions about, the Guava Vitamin C Dark Spot Serum. Oh my goodness, this has been one of the more hyped Glow Recipe releases. And I think that before I get into my results with this, I really want to tell you why I decided to buy this. Because true story, the time frame in which I bought this, I was trying to decide between buying this vitamin C serum or buying the Tula one, which was 50% off in the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty. I ultimately chose this one. And here's why. I feel like I've been a bit of a broken record about the bad breakout that I had. I do have acne-prone skin. In general, my acne is a lot more manageable, but whoa, I had a bad breakout about a month ago. Because the type of breakout that I had was cystic and very inflamed, it left behind some marks. So I had post-inflammatory erythema, which is PIE. Looks like pie, but a lot less tasty. And of course, these are a contrast to PIH, which are traditional dark spots. PIE is instead pink red marks. Don't worry, I saved one for you so you know what I'm talking about. How kind of my skin to have a breakout that perfectly coincided with the release of this video. That's just thoughtful. So here I was a month ago having cleared the breakout, but with PIE left behind, with acne scarring left behind. So what I needed was a treatment to help minimize the appearance of those spots. And the thing is, every time I looked at this Glow Recipe product, I just kept thinking, I think that is perfect for my needs. So it has tranexamic acid, which we actually do have research looking specifically at the effects of tranexamic acid on PIE. In general, this is a less studied and newer ingredient to skincare, but we still do have studies looking at that. We have 5 forms of vitamin C in this product, all of which are derivatives, but I do believe in derivatives. And once again, the 5 forms of vitamin C derivatives included in this product are tetrahexyldecyl ascorbate, 3-O-ethyl ascorbic acid, ascorbyl glucoside, magnesium ascorbyl phosphate, and sodium ascorbyl phosphate. The first one listed in the Inky is THD Ascorbate. I would say that seems to be one of the much more popular forms. In fact, the first 2 are more popular forms, THD Ascorbate as well as 3-O-ethyl ascorbic acid. So THD Ascorbate is in the Biossance Rose Oil, it's in Peter Thomas Roth's vitamin C. And with those products, you will see a lot of people saying that it has very positively changed their skin, which is great anecdotal evidence in favor of THD Ascorbate. The only problem is if you really and truly want to take a clinical research-based approach to that ingredient, you might be a little more skeptical of it. Even though there is published literature using THD ascorbate, it tends to be using it in conjunction with other ingredients, and the problem with that kind of research is it's difficult to say, oh, well, the results that the study participants saw were from the THD ascorbate. It's very difficult to say that when you're looking at a study that paired THD ascorbate with retinol or with ascorbic acid, which we do have a lot of research on. But anecdotally, I do believe in it, and of course, I'm sure you all know the benefit to using vitamin C derivatives over LAA is that you don't need a low pH, which makes for a less irritating product. And I figured that's a good thing when my skin needed to heal. Now, this is, of course, Glow Recipe that we are talking about here, and they're gonna bring some kind of fruit into their formula. This time it's guava, which we've never seen in a Glow Recipe product before. But is it there for a reason? As somebody who did clinical research in the field of nutritional science, I'm both excited to see fruits and vegetables getting traction in skincare, but I'm also slightly perturbed because I still feel like the core issue that I saw in my field is still not being addressed. See, in the natural, the holistic world, there is a little bit of a jump that is very often made with natural products. So they'll look at the constituents of a fruit, of a vegetable. In the case of guava, you could look at the constituents and see that it's high in vitamin C, vitamin A, it's high in potassium, in copper. And from there, what happens entirely too often is that proponents of natural health will look at research for vitamin C, for copper, and will apply that to guava. You can insert whatever fruit, vegetable, nut, what have you into this scenario. It plays out all the time in natural communities. And while that's not necessarily directly wrong, it's a leap. It's a bit of a leap of faith. But what about with guava specifically? Well, the good news is there actually is research looking at the effect of guava on wound healing specifically. And pop quiz number 2 for this video: what is acne? A wound. I hope y'all are passing this quiz with flying colors. Yeah, it's wounds on my skin. So it just seemed like such a perfect formula for my needs. Shelled out the $45, did not have any kind of discount, paid full price. And I have to say, I do really like it, but one kind of potential drawback with tranexamic acid that I think more of the brands selling products containing it should emphasize is that it may take 8 to 12 weeks to see full results. I have to admit to you, about 3 weeks into this serum, I was still enjoying using it. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy using this every single time I use it. It's fun. But 3 weeks in, I was thinking, man, these spots are still here on my skin. They're not fading quickly enough. Thankfully, I remembered it can be 8 to 12 weeks to see those results, and I got to admit to you, it was week number 4 is where I really started to actually see those spots disappearing. So overall, I'm happy. They're calling it a dark spot serum. I was buying it for pink or red spots, but I'm still happy with the results. They claim it brightens and evens your skin tone, and I think it does. I do think it does. Let's talk about a few more of those relevant details everyone wants to know. So it is indeed a pink serum, but no added dyes. It has a lovely hydrating feel as you apply it, but it does very rapidly sink into your skin, and it doesn't leave behind any kind of stickiness. There's a very faint smell. Again, my nose is not the strongest nose out there, but I would say it's very faint and it just smells like guava to me. Maybe I do smell a little bit of the other added fruits in here, which boost the antioxidant activity of this product. There is no added fragrance, but of course make sure you don't have any allergies to the plant-based ingredients in this product. I'd say overall, it's a huge hit for me. I'm very pleased with it, but know that it may take a little bit of time to see results. And if I'm coming up with a criticism, my one criticism would be glowrecipe. Can't you tell us the percentages of actives? Inquiring minds want to know. And the second product for today's video is, of course, the Watermelon Glow Hyaluronic Clay Pore Tight Facial. What a name. You know what's funny? I was originally on the fence about buying this one. It didn't seem like a perfect fit for my skin type. Kaolin clay is listed as the 3rd ingredient, and go figure, as someone with a drier skin type, that's not going to be my favorite ingredient. But I kept coming back to look at the product page for this because ultimately it's yet another product that is uniquely formulated. If you're familiar with the glowrecipe PHA and BHA toner, this is a very similar principle to that, except they've added in some enzymes and they've added blueberry seed powder for a gentle physical exfoliation. As someone who has a bit of a challenging skin type, I have dry skin, it's a little bit more sensitive, and I also deal with acne. I have really been loving PHAs lately. In particular, the one that they used in here is gluconolactone, which does have a pretty good body of literature around it. One of the studies that I found on gluconolactone compared both 10 and 30% levels for dry skin, and they found that this exfoliating ingredient, this alternative to AHA, actually increased moisture level in those participants' skin. So it truly does appear to be a hydrating chemical exfoliant. And not just that, I also have found studies comparing, I believe it was 14%. I'll always have my citations in the description box below. I believe it's 14% PHA up against 5% benzoyl peroxide, and they found that both effectively fought against acne, but there were fewer symptoms associated with PHA than BPO. I can tell you all about what that means as somebody who is very cautious with benzoyl peroxide because I have dry skin. It dries my skin out so much, I can only use it in a cleanser. But I can use PHA, and I say this as someone who has to be cautious with AHA ingredients. Now, all of that said, I do have some kind of criticisms with this, or not criticisms, more of critiques. First, instead of just containing willow bark extract for that source of BHA, I do wish it contained salicylic acid. I think that is more effective as an acne fighting ingredient, whereas willow bark is a great anti-inflammatory ingredient, but it's not as potent as salicylic. The smell in this one is so strong. It is so much stronger than the Guava Serum we talked about earlier. And one more thing, do keep in mind that even though these are more gentle chemical exfoliant ingredients in here, you are also still getting some amount of physical exfoliation from the blueberry seed powder. I would say it's overall fairly gentle, but it may not be for the most sensitive skin types. I think at the end of the day, this is probably still not my absolute favorite PHA containing product. I like the toner more. I like the toner much more. But I wouldn't be surprised if this actually is my dry skin type speaking, and if this is something that is much more of a holy grail for people that have oily to combination skin. So I guess at the end of the day, the clay mask is a bit more of a like and not a love, and the Guava Vitamin C Dark Spirit Whoa, I know it's Halloween month, but calm down, Alice. The Guava Vitamin C Dark Spot Serum is a hit for me. Of course, this video is only my opinions. Feel free to share yours in the comment section below. Have you tried either of these? Are you interested in trying either of these? Or are you waiting for glowrecipe to release something much more specific? That is it for today's video. I hope you are all having a truly fantastic week. Make sure to like and subscribe if you did enjoy this video, and I will see you all next time.